won't like this, by the way.
I don't like it
No,
either.
I don't like it either. But the way that Joshua will see it is as a money grab. He'll see it as an easy money grab. But at this stage of his career, is it a fight he should be taking? Nah.
The guy who finally put an end to this Jake Paul thing, right? If he goes out there and puts Jake Paul in the dirt, he's going to be heralded. He's going to be a hero.
I think Jake Paul is crazy enough to fight Anthony Joshua because the money would be absolutely obscene. It's a catastrophic mismatch that people would tune in to watch because it would lead to the end of Jake Paul.
Eddie Hearn recently reacted to Jake Paul's decision to fight Anthony Joshua, and he was far from positive. According to Hearn, Jake Paul is making the biggest mistake of his career by even thinking about fighting Joshua. He said this is not just another money-making show or Netflix event, it could end Jake Paul's boxing career. Hearn insists that Joshua's strength, experience, and physical power would completely overwhelm Paul. He believes this matchup crosses the line from entertainment into a dangerous situation.
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, 50-50 fight. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I just said in another interview, great if it is. I mean, if it is, then you've got no problem seeing it. But when AJ, I mean, decapitate's a strong word, but you know, when he renders Jake Paul unconscious like he did to Francis Ngannou, don't then say, oh, well, it was Jake Paul. You know what I mean? I mean, when AJ beat Francis Ngannou, Ngannou just had a fight that could have gone either way with Tyson Fury. Then AJ poleaxed him and everyone just said he's just an MMA fighter. You know what I mean? Jake Paul's not Francis Ngannou. But as I said before, if you want to see Jake Paul exit the boxing world...
Too many reports suggest that Jake Paul is close to finalizing a heavyweight fight with Anthony Joshua, planned for next month in Miami and streamed on Netflix. This would be a big jump for Paul, who has mostly fought less experienced or non-traditional boxing opponents. Joshua, on the other hand, is a former two-time unified heavyweight champion who last fought in September 2024. Eddie Hearn confirmed that discussions are happening. Originally, this fight was planned for later, but Jake Paul's canceled fight with Tank Davis may bring the Joshua fight sooner. Hearn made it clear that no official deal has been signed yet. He also said Joshua's main goal is still to win back the world heavyweight title or face Tyson Fury, not to take part in a show-style fight. While the Paul fight could happen, it is not their top priority.
With myself and Nikisa, I think Jake and AJ have spoke as well. You know, from our point of view, if we're going to have a run-out fight, why not run out against Jake Paul, you know, for a lot of money? So there's ongoing conversations there. I can't tell you it's close. I can't tell you we've seen a contract. But if he genuinely wants to fight Anthony Joshua, I don't see why we wouldn't have a chance to do that fight. But, you know, our focus is on really a charge for the World Heavyweight Championship and a charge at Tyson Fury. We can't control that either. So, like I said, that's why I said to you, absolutely.
Hearn further explained why he believes the fight is dangerous. He said the size, experience, and power difference between Joshua and Paul is too big to ignore. According to him, the risk is not imaginary, it's very real. Hearn believes a fight like this could seriously damage Jake Paul's career or even end it. He stressed that promoters must think carefully about the safety issues, even if the fight could earn a lot of money.
Watched Jake Paul the weekend. I feel a bit dirty saying that because I'm not a fan of his, but he did say after the fight that he's sort of having DMs or he's dropping text messages to AJ. They're having a chat about a potential fight. What's your view on that, Eddie?
Well, look, he's calling out Gervonta Davis, who is a 135-pound lightweight, and he's calling out Anthony Joshua, that's a heavyweight monster. I think Jake Paul is crazy enough to fight Anthony Joshua because the money would be absolutely obscene. It's a catastrophic mismatch that people would tune in to watch because it would lead to the end of Jake Paul. Hopefully not literally, but it's that dangerous that, you know, it's a fight that I don't think should really happen, if I'm honest. I would say about Jake Paul, and I've said this in a couple of interviews today, I do think you start after giving him a margin of respect. You know, I think this guy is going through the motions. He's putting the hard spars in. He just went 10 rounds with, yes, a washed-up fighter, but a former world champion that did train for that fight. But they're very clever in terms of the opponents that they pick. They're not going to gamble unless the money's out of control. And it wouldn't surprise me if Jake Paul, wanted to move forward with an Anthony Joshua fight. Honestly, AJ's coming tonight. He's not exactly looking at Jake Paul going, oh, that's my dream opponent. Would he go in there and give him a hiding for, you know, a massive chunk of money? Probably, I'd be saying.
From Mike Coppinger from the ring also raised serious concerns. He suggested Jake Paul may be chasing this fight mainly for the huge payday, rather than for competitive reasons. He reported that the deal is in advanced talks but still has problems related to broadcasting and sanctioning. Coppinger pointed out the huge difference in size, power, and experience, calling it a real safety risk for Paul. It is still unknown whether this fight will be a professional bout or an exhibition. No official rules or sanctioning details have been released yet, including whether it will count on their professional records.
Breaking story on Ring Magazine, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul are finalizing a deal for a heavyweight fight on Netflix in December in Miami. Sources tell the Ring Magazine's Mike Coppinger. What do you make of that?
Well, Anthony Joshua is talking about wanting warm-up fights before going into bigger fights, but look, it's prize fighting at the end of the day, and the way that Joshua will see it, and Matchroom and all the team, the fans won't like this, by the way.
I don't like it.
No,
either.
I don't like it either. But
I
the
don't
way
like
that
it
Joshua
at all.
will see it is as a money grab. He'll see it as an easy money grab, but at this stage of his career, is it a fight he should be taking? Nah, definitely not.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be licensed because it's a really dangerous fight.
Do we know if it's an exhibition or a real fight?
We don't know yet, but I don't think they should be allowing Anthony Joshua in a ring with Jake Paul. It's dangerous for him.
It can't be a real fight, because if it's a real fight, Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul's head clean off. So it can't
Well,
be a
that's
real
what I'm
fight.
worried about.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
can't
want to
be.
see a man decapitated in Miami
Yeah.
in a ring in December.
Listen, and that's what will happen. So
Many experienced boxing professionals have criticized the idea. Veteran heavyweight Derek Chisora strongly opposed the possibility of Jake Paul getting a WBC ranking, calling it disrespectful.
Weight ranking to the winner of this fight. Do you think they deserve one?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why. It's hard enough for real athletes, for real boxers to get those rankings, and then suddenly this Solomon Souza decides to give double ranking because he's getting some greens in his, in his back pocket. No, that is.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. shared his own view. He said the fight could happen if Anthony Joshua truly wants it, but it must make sense for Joshua both competitively and financially. Jones reminded everyone that Joshua is a real former world champion and said, "Did you see what Joshua did to Francis Ngannou? The same thing will happen to Jake Paul. If you think someone who isn't a full-time boxer can beat Anthony Joshua, you're crazy."